Welcome to the new video of a data structure. Today we are going to discuss about queue. Last class we discussed about stack. In stack we discussed about the principle that follows a stack. The order in which the stack is following is last in first out. Here queue is a linear data structure which follows a particular order in which the operations are performed. The order is first in first out. A good example of queue is any queue of consumers for a resource where the consumer that came first is served first. Any queue, like a ticket counter, a queue in a ticket counter, or a queue in a cinema theater, any queue can be considered as a real-time example of a queue. Difference between stack and queue. In stack we remove the most recently added item. Queue we remove the least recently added item. So queue, in the sense, we have a first in, first out. The first inserted element will be deleted first. That is why it is said to be least recently added item. Basic operations of queue: enqueue and dequeue. Enqueue is to add or restore an element to the queue. Dequeue is to remove or access an item from the queue. So these are the basic two operations of a queue. Here in enqueue, we already familiar about the insertion operation. If you are inserting an element, before inserting an element, we have to verify whether there is an empty space. If there is an empty space, then only we can perform insertion. Likewise, in queue also, we have to verify whether the queue is full or not. If the queue is full, then we can't perform a insertion operation or an enqueue operation. If the queue is not full, then we can perform the insertion operation. Likewise, in dequeue, before inserting an element, we have to verify whether the queue is empty. If the queue is empty, we can't perform deletion because no element is there to delete. So these are the two basic operations of a queue. Enqueue operation. Queue maintains two data pointers, front and rear. Last class in stack we discussed that stack having a pointer named top, and the top represents the status of the stack. Status in the sense whether the stack is full or whether the stack is empty, whether the stack is partially filled. So all those details that we can identify or we can evaluate from the variable top. Likewise, we have two pointers here, front and rear. Front points to the first inserted element, and rear points the last inserted element. So insertion or enqueue operation performs in the rear end, and deletion operation performs at the front end. Okay, we will discuss those two relevance of these two pointers in the next slides. Okay. The following steps should be taken to enqueue or insert a data into the queue. The first step is to verify whether the queue is full. That is a normal procedure. If the queue is full, what's the meaning of that? There is no empty space in the queue to add a new element. If the queue is full, what we have to do? Produce an overflow error message and exit. If the queue is not full, and exit in the sense we are not going to perform the insertion operation. We send an error message saying that there is no empty space and exit. If the queue is not full, what we are going to do? Increment the rear pointer to point to the next empty space. Increment the rear pointer. We are going to increment the rear pointer to the next empty space, and then we are going to add an element to the queue empty location where the rear is pointing, and the data element to queue location where the rear is pointing. Return success. This is the simple algorithm for enqueue operation. For dequeue operation, accessing the data from the queue is a process of two tasks. Access the data where front is pointing. I already told you that we have two pointers, front and rear. Insertion or enqueue operation performed at the rear end. Dequeue operation performed at the front end. So before performing this operation, what we have to do? Verify whether the queue is empty. What's the meaning of that? If the queue is empty, in the sense no elements are available or no items are available in the queue, so deletion is not possible. So if the queue is empty, produce a underflow error message and exit. If the queue is not empty, access the data where friend is pointing and increment the friend pointer to point to the next available data element, then return success. So let me explain the operation here. Here we have an empty array. Array size is a of 5. What's the meaning of that? The maximum size of the array is 5. We have two pointers, friend and rear. Friend points to the first inserted element and the rear points to the last inserted element. And friend and rear having the initial value -1, because initially the array will be empty. So after the insertion of the first element is 10, consider 10 is going to get inserted into the queue. The friend value is incremented by 1 and rear value is incremented by 1. Listen, this is the case where the queue is empty. So queue is empty in the sense friend equal to -1 and rear equal to -1. If friend and rear value is equal to -1, then we can confirm that the queue is empty. If the queue is empty, then we are going to insert the element in the first position. That means 0th position. So automatically we can assign the value of friend and rear as 0 and perform this operation. So friend equal to 0, rear equal to 0. After making this value as 0, we are going to insert the new element. So the next new element is 20. So friend represents the first inserted element. Friend remains there. Friend represents friend having the value 0, index value 0, but rear points to the next empty space, that is 20. So rear represents the last inserted element. Here the last inserted element is 20. So rear represents 20. That means rear represents the index value 1 that points to the value 20. The next element that we are going to insert is 30. Here 30 is inserted in the next available space. So rear points to the last inserted element, that is 30. So rear having the index 2. So rear points to the value 30. Next I am going to insert the element 40. Rear incremented by 1. So rear points to the value 3. After that I am going to insert a new element, that is 50. 50 is in the 4th position. So rear value is 4. Right now we can see that we have no empty space here, because the maximum size of the array is 5. We have 5 elements starting from 0th index to the 4th index. So all the empty spaces are occupied with elements. So further insertion is not possible. That is the procedure. So in this case, for performing the NQ operation, we have to verify whether the queue is full. If the queue is full, print an error message. Else, perform insertion. Likewise, in the case of deletion, consider we are having 5 elements here. After deleting the element, deletion can be performed in the front end. So front points to the first inserted element. Rear points the last inserted element. If I am deleting the element 10, front points to the next first inserted element, that is 20. Again I am deleting the element 20, front points to the next first inserted element, that is 30. Again I am deleting the element 30, then front points to the next inserted element, next first inserted element 40. This value is its index value is 3. Again I am deleting the value 40, so front value is updated to 4. Now we are having only one element. If I am going to delete that element, what will be the value of friend? Friend will be -1. and rear also will be minus 1. So this is the procedure for deletion. So in the dequeue operation, verify whether the queue is empty. If the queue is empty, print an error message, else perform deletion. So these are the two basic operations. The third operation is display. We are going to display the element. Here, before displaying an element, we have to verify whether the queue is empty. If the queue is empty, there is no element to display. So what we have to do, we have to send an error message saying that no element to display here, try again. If the queue is empty, print an error message, else display all the elements from front to rear. That is important, from front to rear. So front represents the first inserted element and the rear represents the last inserted element. So from front to rear. I am going to show the process once again for insertion. We are having an empty queue, and in the empty queue the front represents the value -1 and the rear represents the value -1. So we can assume that okay, queue is empty. After the insertion of first element, the value of front is reassigned as 0 and rear also reassigned as 0. Listen, if the queue is empty, then only we can perform these changes. That means after the insertion of 10 in the queue and 10 is assigned as the first inserted element, the front and rear value, both the values are getting updated to 0. If I am inserting a new element 20, front value equal to 0 but rear value equal to 1. If I am inserting a new value 30, front remains same because front always represents the first inserted element 2. Okay, now we are going to delete an element. So the only available element for deletion is 10. That is the procedure, first in, first out. The first inserted element is going to delete first. So here the only available element for deletion is 10. So I am going to delete this value. The front value is now moved to the next first inserted element, that is 20. So front equal to 1. Again I am inserting a new element 40. Front remains there. Front is not going to update, but rear is incremented by 1. So rear equal to 3. Okay. If I am going to delete an element, in the sense we can delete only 20. So after the deletion of 20, front is moving to the next first inserted element, that is 30. So 2. Again I am going to delete the element 30. So front is moving to the next first inserted element, that is 3. Again if I am deleting the next inserted element, that is 40, next first inserted element 40, we have to verify whether 40 is the only element available in the queue. If 40 is the only element available in the queue, then what we have to do, after the deletion, front value is updated to -1 and rear also get updated to -1. Now the queue is empty. Now if we are trying to insert a new element 55, what we have to do, we have to update both the front and rear. So these are the special cases. If the queue is empty at the time of insertion, what we have to do, we have to update both the value front and rear to 0. Okay. Next, if I am inserting an element 60, it is in the next available position, that is 1. Rear is only getting updated to the next position, or rear is getting incremented by 1. Front equal to 0. Again I am inserting a new element 70, front equal to 0 and rear equal to 2. Okay, if I am deleting an element, the only available element for deletion is 55. So after the deletion of 55, the front value equal to 1. After the deletion of 60, front value equal to 2. Listen, this is a special case. Now we have only one element in the queue. If we are going to delete that particular element from the queue, then the queue is going to get empty. So if I am deleting 70, what updation should be there? Friend equal to -1 and rear also -1. So this is a procedure that we have to identify before implementing the queue using array. Okay, hope you all clear about the concept of queue. The next class we discuss about the implementation of queue using array. Thank you.